Sup y'all, Reek right here. Just want to talk a little bit about using Ranno's forward air and up air after landing a side B on an opponent with no stacks of poison. I feel like these setups aren't too well known, so I figured I'd make a video talking about them. Here's a few different examples of what they look like in actual matches. I'll get into why they're so great afterwards and show some frame data and stuff. Before we start, I would say to set the opponent to shield. Because if you set them to shield, after hit stun, they'll try and air dodge. But it'll be like a frame after hit stun ends. I'd say there's 3 different ways you can time your up air after side B. The first is short hop instant up air, which basically means to just up air while you short hop, and then they'll try and air dodge. It doesn't give too much frame advantage at low percent, but at mid to very high percents, it gives enough to follow up with most attacks. The second would be slightly delayed up air, so you'd short hop, wait like a tiny little bit, and then up air. At 0, this would grant you enough frame advantage, so you can follow up with an attack like up to up smash, or even short hop up airs again. Then you have delayed up air, which is just delaying the up air until around the peak or apex of your short hop. It's not that great because you have to pretty much follow DI afterwards, unlike the other timings. The reason you don't need to follow DI with the other timings is because your opponent cannot DI or SDI while they're in the bubble. They can only bubble drift. With forward air, you can follow up off it at either low mid percents or high percents. At low percents, I usually like to follow up with baby dash up tilt since that seems to lead into the best combos. One thing you need to keep note of with fair at high percents is to make sure you don't delay your fair too much or the opponent will be sent into hit stun heavy, meaning that they'll be sent further away and before they land, they'll be able to attack. When you time your forward air properly, the opponent will be sent into either hit stun light at low percents or hit stun medium at higher percents, which allows for a lot more follow-ups than if you were too late with fair. Now you might notice here that the opponent is in a hit stun land light state. I don't know everything about it, but I do know that they're still in hit stun, and since they're at high percent, they're not able to floor hug a few moves like down tilt, up tilt, and forward smash I think. Those can be comboed into depending on the type of bubble drift your opponent uses. I'll show what instant up air and fair look like against bubble drift, but mostly just the ones that a lot of Ranno players seem to struggle against, like up or down drift. Here's down bubble drift against fair, and I'll show up bubble drift after. Note that since the opponent lands sooner after down drift, they'll suffer less hit stun, and when using up bubble drift, they'll suffer more hit stun longer because sometimes they'll go through most of the regular hit stun frames, plus the 4 frames of landing lag when they land. Now here's down bubble drift against instant up air. It's not too bad, but if you're a few frames too late with up air, you'll most likely whiff. Now up bubble drift? This is okay, but on some stages they might land on a platform before you can up smash. Oh yeah, here's one last thing. When you instant fair or up air, don't drift forward too much or you'll hit the enemy behind you if they bubble drift inward. If it does happen, then be ready to react to it. These are a few clips that didn't make it in, but if you made it this far, thank you for watching, I really appreciate you. And it took me a while to get together, since this is the first time I've ever made a tutorial like this. So drop some criticisms if you thought there was anything I could do better, or suggestions on anything I can do next.